Hello, it was Power here to review the DX Hiden Zero-One Driver from Kamen Rider Zero-One. It's the main transmission belt of Kamen Rider Zero-One himself, probably shown here. Obviously the Hiden Zero-One Driver, the Rising Hopper PowerRider key, the gimmick for Zero-One, and obviously shown here, Hiden Intelligence, as they're the company that produced this belt, or driver, Zero-One. And obviously they're all the base functions of the Zero-One driver, the attacks, and other functionality with our next two reviews. Again, another nice shot of Zero-One himself, and the bottom of the box. So let's take a look at that first, Reiwa driver. So here's everything that the Hiden Zero-One driver comes with. So setting these off to the side. Obviously here are the belt straps for the Hiden Zero-One driver. At this point, these are literally just the Ghost driver straps, but now done. It's like a mix of the build driver and Splash driver. This is almost like the same color, or it's still gray. And then obviously these are now bright yellow, which I do appreciate. But it's just, you know, we already dealt with these straps already. The only new thing out of this is that obviously Ghost had the line in the middle, Build didn't have anything. This one they had a triangle. So just slide this through. Because just to get these over with, because we've already covered how much drivers already. just do that, and now you got the Hiden Zero-One driver, which is pretty neat overall. So let's remove these and look at the driver itself, in which I really do like the overall design of this. Now, this is back to being the, typical bulky belts like the Force driver and the Ghost driver and such, but I want to say it's blocky too, because it is essentially somewhat squarish because of this portion, but I like its blockiness. It just feels right for this, especially if we're trying to do like technological stuff, and I just think it works with this series overall. But for its base design, as you can see, metallic red paint here, a chrome finish on this section of the driver. Then you get this area, which obviously this is supposed to be a 0, and I think this is loosely supposed to be a 1, or this is still a 0. You get the speaker here. You get a yellow arrow. I assume this is for when you wear it above. Here's the back of it, which is interestingly shaped, just because normally they will try to integrate these in, but surprisingly they're just kind of out there. So I kind of do like that. Obviously there is a big gap for where you're going to put the PowerRider key, and then we have another thing for a future thing. I would do want to note too that this part is actually out of the box when you initially get it. I'm just going to cheat this by pushing this through, and because then this is what you're going to get entirely when you put a PowerRider key in. And as you can see here, it still keeps the 0 shape, but so this part is removable just because it comes out. It's not in when you initially get it. I want to say it's kind of like the Rube Gyro, but just the opposite because of how, well, I guess how this works. I want to say it's like the Rube Gyro, but instead both of these are not super strong because they both have different functions. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much to cover with the Zero-One driver, but I do like its initial design. So let's jump into the gimmicks the gimmick of Zero-One, the PowerRider keys, in which this is the first time in a row that we are still sticking with electronic gimmicks, just like, if I grab the right Geo Ride Watch. So like Geo, so we're having 2 consecutive gimmicks that have sounds, which is kind of overbearing, but oh well. I do like the overall idea of the PowerRider keys. They're basically supposed to be like SD cards, but people keep referring to them as cassette tapes, which bothers me because that's not technical at all. But as you can see here, Rising Hopper, ability jump, the Grasshopper, again, that being there, and then the bright. I want to say neon yellow, but it's not as neon as like Kikai or something. No, here's his ride watch. Yeah, they're the same color at least. But the back, nothing really much. It's all the copyright timestamp stuff. We get the QR code for Bootable Gamba, which obviously is number 001. You can swing open the PowerRider key for the exoskeleton, or the robotic skeleton of Rising Hopper. And then obviously we get the image that is going to be produced in our items. And then obviously we get the activation button. So pull out the tab like so. This is the reset button and such. So we get 2 activation sounds off the bat. The ability announcement, and then
Grasshopper's ability.
Just the PowerRider key announcing its ability. So if we do it opened,
Jump! Grasshopper's ability.
it's essentially the same. It's just the LED is present here, which I do think is kind of awkward.
Jump! Grasshopper's ability. Jump!
Like I would have,
Grasshopper's ability.
I guess I would have preferred if it glowed throughout the entire body, but so yeah, that's basically it for the PowerRider key. So let's get the Zero-One driver back. Okay, so here's the Zero-One driver, and obviously just switch it on off switch back here.
Zero-One driver.
So we get the announcement of the boat itself. Now I'm gonna demonstrate this function first of just insert the PowerRider key like so. So if you do that, so obviously the way you insert the PowerRider key is that you make sure it lines up through here, and then just push it through.
Grasshopper's ability.
So we get error rise, and then we get the ability announcement, or not the ability announcement, but the secondary sound of the PowerRider key, because of later stuff. But if we press that again,
Grasshopper's ability.
so that's really it. And then to eject the PowerRider key, slide the cover to the left, where the PowerRider key will pop out, and slide it back in. So let's actually do the transformation, in which you activate the PowerRider key, you scan it within this area of the Zero-One driver, and then you insert it like so. So there's like, the Zero-One driver has a section for you to slide the PowerRider key in, so just do that. This will announce its authorization. The standby will play, and then you transform.
A jump to the sky turns to a rider kick.
And there's the transformation of Kamen Rider Zero-One Rising Hopper, which is really neat. So after we wait for this light to go out, to do the finisher, you just simply push in the PowerRider key.
Rising impact.
And that might seem to be it, but there's actually 6 more attacks. So if we grab another ProRes key, we're gonna grab our next review because technically there's no other way of bypassing this. But obviously you simply just scan in the ProRes key 1 to 6 times. So this is the first one. Bit rise. So that was so as you can hear, the additional sounds is the explosion. So if we do it twice, bite rise. Now we have 2 explosions. Kilo rise. Three explosions. So that's essentially the whole idea of this. Mega rise. Giga rise. Last but not least, and just to prove it's the last one. So those are all 7 finishers that you can get out of the Zero-One driver, which is really impressive. So obviously, again, just to check the ProRes key, that's basically it for the Zero-One driver. And I think overall, out of package, it's really impressive as a whole. I really like what they're trying to go with it, with the gimmick of scanning the gimmick into the driver, and then, like, you know, technically having it authorized, because then if you don't, then it would get errorized. But I just really like how this driver works overall. I like the mechanism of it, of like inserting the ProRes key in here, because this, like, the engineering of this is just really clever. Because basically, the ProRes key will hit this pin, which will then cause it to hit the second pin, and then it will cause this to slide. But the thing I like is that, as you can see, this lower portion, it's actually, this is a whole platform within the driver, which I just really like overall. It just makes it feel really, like, technically advanced, and I just think it does a good job with that. And obviously, because if you already had this, if you got the preview, or if you got this when Overcores premiered, you technically have a lot to do out of the box, which is actually really impressive with, like, especially with, like, recent drivers, like, I would say, like, the GQ driver, because you only had, like, Geo and Build. Well, okay, technically. But, yeah, I really like what they're doing with the Zero-One driver so far. It's just a really neat driver. I'm sounding really repetitive, but it's just there's just more I can't really talk about until later. But I guess just to say where I got this from, I actually got this off of Amazon Japan via Amazon Global for 4,700 yen or so, but then because shipping is via DHL, it was an extra 20. So I did technically buy this full price, but I'll just lie to myself and say I got it for like $47. So uh that's basically it for this review. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave people by, look at my finger.